The basic tab in Firehouse is the first tab when you pull up Firehouse and an incident report. This information is being brought over from Firecom. It will have your street number, the location of the call, different items that are already filled out for you. When you first pull it up, please verify that the address is correct. Just because you went to the call that Firecom sent you to does not mean that's the actual address of where the incident occurred at. Be sure to verify that this matched where you went to. Some of the things that are already filled out for you is scene address, type, and vicinity. The type is going to be a street address or an intersection. If it's under the street address, there will be one single box of the exact location of where it's at. The intersection will give you two different boxes. A lot of the times this is already again filled out for you from Firecom. Whether or not they put it in correctly will mean it will show up correctly here. So just verify that this is actually correct. The vicinity is exact location and in front of, rear of, adjacent to. Why this matters is a lot of times the caller will give an address of 123 South Main Street, but it is in front of that house or place of business. Exact location would mean that it is happening at that address. If it is not happening at that address, it is actually happening in front of, we need to change it to in front of 123 South Main Street. Always check to make sure that this address and the occupancy ID are matching if it is occurring at a business. So if you type in 1000 South Garden, it will go in and find an occupancy that matches that address. When it does that, when it comes over from Firecom, it will automatically be in here like this. If it is not happening at this place of business, we need to make sure to change this to in front of and take away the occupancy ID. Unless it is actually happening inside the building, the occupancy ID does not need to be tagged to this. Moving along, the aid given or received needs to be filled out. Everybody is pretty good about adding in the district outside the city, but we need to change the aid given received. If this happens outside of our city or another agency comes in to assist us, another fire department, we need to change this to mutual aid given, mutual aid received. This, when you fill this out properly, will open up a tab further along that will show later. If no aid is given, then you can just leave the none in there. When an occupancy ID is filled out, the specific property use is added to it. If this occurred in the street, like we're saying that it does right here in front of 1000 South Garden, be sure to take this out and change it to the road or wherever it occurred, whether it be a field or something to that nature. There's a lot of different tabs to look through. There's a button called Find over here. If you type in street, it will find residential street, road and commercial area. It will find a lot of different things. Pool, billiards, swimming pool. All these tabs have a little description at the bottom of them to help you out. It searches for not only the words in the actual name of it, but also the description. So be sure to fill this out appropriately. The incident type needs to be filled out. There are several different sections, and again here there's also descriptions underneath there of what this means. A lot of these are very short and doesn't give the full description, but underneath here, each one, there will be some type of description excluding outside rubbish fires. Find whatever one matches what you need, whatever incident. When you fill out the incident type, it automatically puts the shift in based on the date. The times should already be populated in there for you. Be sure to verify those times. Dispatch notified is the time they receive the 911 call. Alarm time is when they toned the fire department out, first arriving on scene, last to clear the call. The alarm type down here in the bottom usually stays as a Murray County 911, meaning that they have toned us up to this call. But if this happens to be a walk-in or fire department personnel visualize something, you're driving down the road and see an accident, this would be that type of scenarios, phone call. So be sure to adjust that accordingly. The actions taken tab, you need to paint a picture here of what all occurred. You can put more than one item in here. There's a plus box where you can add just one, or there's 2 plus boxes. There you can add multiple things by holding the control button down. If we provided care, we did forcible entry, you can add multiple things to a actions taken box. When I hit OK, there'll be a box that pops up, and all this means is that the first 3 are reportable to the state, but you can put as many as you want in this. Be sure to paint the picture of what you did at the scene in this area. If all you did was patient care, then it's just patient care. But on a fire scene, you did salvage and overhaul, you did investigation, you did established command, you provided manpower, whatever it is, you add all of them in there so it paints the picture.